It's been a week now at my new job, and honestly, I already feel like I'm failing. Just last month, I was laid off, so landing this startup role felt like a huge blessing. But the pressure hit me fast. The onboarding was messy. There's already hiccups. And now I keep asking myself, am I doing enough? Maybe I'm just being too hard on myself, or maybe this is what a startup life feels like. Either way, I want to share what it's really like. I'm Tony Chan, a single dad of two, and on this channel, I'm just sharing what's on my mind for that day. So let's get to it. So last month, I got laid off from my product marketing role. And then within a month, thanks to a connection, I landed a role at a startup company. And it's a 2-month contract, and it's a different role. I went from product marketing to demand generation. So product marketing is more about the positioning and the messaging so that the customers understand what we do. But the demand generation is more about creating content and awareness to attract customers. So different roles, but similar in a way when it comes to marketing and content. So my main role for the 2-month contract is to, number one, audit our growth engine to understand where our leads are coming from, what we're currently doing, and what's working and what's not working, essentially. But of course, the most important thing is to bring results, is to bring leads to the company. That is my main KPI. And I was fully aware that this is a startup, right? So I know that it's not gonna be perfect. I know going in that there's definitely gonna be some things that are not working perfectly or not the best, or I just gotta spend a lot more time in the learning phase. When I talk about auditing, that means going to our systems and seeing the percentages. What was our MQL number, so marketing qualified leads? What is our SQL numbers? What is our conversion rate? What is our email reply rate, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of data that I have to sift through to see what's working and what's not working. And wow, there's definitely a ton of tech stack that I have to go through and learn about and understand and just really sift through the analytics and really understand what's going on and what's happening in a startup, okay? And this is my first time working at a startup, by the way. This means that we don't have a huge base of people that know us. We're still building up our reputation, we're still building up our identity, and we're still promoting ourselves out there. Now it's been a week since working there, and while I have learned a lot of different things, for whatever odd reason, I feel like that I'm not doing a good job. Even though my newer coworkers have been great and they have been saying that they like my ideas and stuff like that. Maybe it's because I have friends that have worked at other startups before and they tell me how difficult it is. And so I just wanted to take the chance to work at a startup because I want to learn like the fast pace. I want to learn the beginning phases of a company. I just want to learn how it is to feel like. And that is a risk I'm taking, right? Because I have 2 young kids and I need to make sure I have money. And of course I'm getting paid to do this. I don't know if it's going to be a very stable job at the end of it, because the idea is that once I bring good results at the company and I make them good money, they're going to hire me full time at the end of that 2-month contract. It is a risk, and it is a risk I'm willing to take because number one, I worked closely with the connection before, and number two is that I just think this is a great learning experience. And I think going through this phase of challenging and worry and not knowing what's going to happen next, I think is all very cool, exciting. And it's only been a week, so I am pretty hard on myself. If you ever felt pressure at a new job, hit like and subscribe so I know that I'm not alone. Like I say, I do have basically personal high standards that I put pressure on myself because I just want to perform. I really want to grow my skills, number one, and help the company succeed because it's all around going to be good. I'm going to get paid more, help the company, and we're going to improve the company and make a lot of money. And it's really weird because my coworkers tell me like they really like my idea, they think that it could work, and I get a lot of feedback. One thing about me is I'm super open to feedback. When someone tells me something, hey Tony, this idea doesn't make any sense, or we have tried this in the past, or this is not gonna work, like I wanna hear it. And I think that's very important in terms of learning what's working, what's not working, and quickly implementing changes that are needed for the company. So now let me just say, like, the onboarding was not the best. I did not get all the access I needed right away. Let's just say that the people who I was supposed to be talking to was not there. So there was definitely some slowdown when it comes to me getting onboarded, that's for sure. But like I say, this is a startup. So I gave it some grace and they apologized as well. And keep in mind, I'm not trying to say mess about the company. I'm just saying like, okay, this is how it starts with a startup. And sometimes onboarding is even like that with regular companies, but I expect that at a startup company. So I don't want to talk mess about the company. So that just meant that I had to be much more self-sufficient and really tour everything that the company has, meaning that I go through all the documents that are just there and I just read it, go through the website and look through all the website and understand what the company does. And so basically I took it upon myself to just go through everything by myself, learn, and go from there. Right? And of course, good onboarding would help to direct me on which way to go, which way I should learn and what I should be doing, but it's not there. So I took it upon myself to really dig in and just learn by myself. And I think this is a very good skill to have for anybody. It's just like, look, if you don't know your role at the company, just dig in, find ways you can improve it, and make sure you take a note of it and write that down and then report back to whoever you're supposed to report to. And that's what I did. I took a ton of notes on what I've seen and what I noticed, and I asked my coworkers for a ton of feedback on what's happening at the company and what they think. I asked for the recommendations as well. And of course, I get to try to know them as well a bit. And so it's just a lot of cool things. By asking a ton of questions and being curious, I learned a ton of different information. So already, a lot of trial and error, a lot of testing, a lot of learning and being self-sufficient. And definitely, I am nervous because it is a startup once again, and I don't know what the end result is going to be. I am confident in my ability to learn fast and get things going. Now it's a matter of getting results, actual results, putting those actions and ideas into results. Oh, and the funny thing is that the company I'm working with, our target is Latin America. And as you can see, I don't speak Spanish or other language in Latin America. So it's funny because when I was going through some of the materials, some of it was in Spanish. And I was like, I don't understand this. What's going on? So I had to translate it every now and then. Luckily, it's not really a huge constraint on my part. Now, of course, learning Spanish would definitely help. And maybe I will learn Spanish because that is part of the job. So maybe I will. It's just funny because I only speak English. And so I'm trying to get customers that only speak Spanish to learn about our company. So it's just funny that way. So my game plan for the second week is, of course, to relay what I have found to my coworkers and relay it so that it's very simple to understand, so that it's easy to grasp, and so that we could quickly implement some of the ideas. Because one of the things that I know from just experience is that I need to bring some results ASAP so that they know that I'm actually bringing results right away, right? Like quick wins. And it just gives them a confidence that I can actually bring results to the company. So yeah, in the second week, I am also doing a lot of research on other startups that have been successful and trying to see if we could implement some of those as well. So I'm just trying to copy from the best and then relay that to my company and see if we could implement that, right? And due to resources and people and the structure of our company, some we can implement, some we cannot implement, right? So it just depends. And then also, I just really want to try to get them to take action quickly, right? There's really no reason to delay some of the actions, like creating content. That's something I know how to do. Or just to put in some of the changes that I have given feedback on. So no reason to delay on that. So I hope we could take action on those quickly. And my job or my role should be to emphasize and encourage us to take action ASAP. Ultimately, there's already proven frameworks and playbooks that other companies have done in the past. All we have to do is mimic that as much as possible and bring it to the company. So, I say that I'm hard on myself because it's a startup, but I'm aware of it coming in and I'm not surprised by it in one bit. And, they were graceful. My coworkers, like they apologized, which I really appreciate. So going forward, I know I'm going to crush it. I know I'm going to be learning a lot. This is a great opportunity for me. So I'm very grateful for that. And also, this is a remote job that pays good. So no complaints there. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep improving. That's my honest feedback on my first week working at a startup. Very interesting, very exciting, very scary at the same time, but it's a great learning experience. If you want to learn more about how I got laid off and how I found a job within a month, check out this video right here. I go from A to Z on how I got this new contract role. Click on the video right now to watch it.